together, and we thought about it in light of young people, and hopefully it'll be a help to adults as well. But as we thought about it in light of you as students, here's what we want to let you know. There's no way to explain some of the things that we talk about because our minds are so finite. So in order to deal with this, here's what we have to do. We have to go back to something called the attributes of God. Now the attributes, or if you would, maybe a term you're more familiar with, the characteristics of God. And the one we want to deal with tonight is this one. Okay, you ready? Here it is. His omniscience. Now, some of you are familiar with that term. You've studied it before, and some of you, it's brand new. The bottom line, I put the little phrase here, God knows everything. Now, let's just complicate it just a little bit. If God knows everything, then let me ask this. Then you got to be asking some questions like, God, why did you let this happen? You know, if you know everything, okay, then, you ready for this? Then why do I feel so alone? They just got through singing, we're never alone. Probably while they were singing, some of you are going, yeah, okay, that's a really nice song. But they don't understand how lonely I am. God, if you're really in charge, if you really know everything, if you know everything, then let me ask you a question. Then why do I question even if you exist? If you're even real? God, if you know everything, then why in the world did you let my friend commit suicide? If you know everything, then listen, God, I got a question for you. Why did you let me get abused? You go, man, you're like just knocking all the scabs off. Hey, God, if you're really in control and you really know everything, then let me ask you a question. Then why is it that I think as a Christian, why do I believe it, and I really do believe it, that I can continue living this secret life of sin and get away with it? God, if you really know everything, then let me ask you this. Then why don't you just fix everything, and why don't you just fix everybody? I mean, probably some of your systems like this. If I was God, that's what I'd do. Questions. We wanted to talk to you about some real issues. Actually, let me mention this. You're not the first ones to ask these questions. There are people right in this room, some of your leaders, some of your counselors. I can tell you this, your speaker, who have asked the same questions. But it even goes all the way back. If you were to look into Scripture and you were to go back to the book of Job, you know what Job had three really pertinent questions. Here's what his questions were. You ready for this? His first question was this: why was I ever born? He followed that one up. His second question was, having been born,